Hi. Before talking about cosmic consciousness and Tesla waves, I would like to say something about Nikola Tesla because my experience is that often, not so often lately, but before it was really very common that people didn't hear about this great scientist, Nikola Tesla, who invented almost everything modern technology is based on. Nikola Tesla has more than 700 patented inventions, from alternating current, remote control, radio. It wasn't Marconi. Marconi lost in court in New York when he tried to patent it because Tesla had patented it much earlier. Wireless transmission of energy and information, robotics, AC motors. Now we have Tesla car, and finally, Tesla's invention is connected to his name um, because of AC motor. And those motors you have everywhere around your household, from washing machines, dryers, um, vacuum cleaners, and everywhere around. Lasers are used in medicine and x rays as well. But the reason why you might not have heard about him is because he discovered how we could use free energy. And this would take all power from those who rule the world nowadays as well, because they couldn't put meter on it and charge us for it. And that is why his laboratory was burned to the ground, and his inventions are very often under names of some other scientists. Tesla was genius because he was spiritual. He was aware that energy is not just a mechanical movement of particles. He was aware that he was dealing with consciousness, with this universal consciousness that nowadays we call the field, and Tesla used to call it active ether. And that is why this man who invented everything modern technology is based on, he said, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it'll make more progress in 1 decade than in all previous centuries of its existence. Those people who are geniuses, scientists, inventors, people of inspiration, they are capable to download the information. They are capable to interact with active ether and receive the information. Tesla was also aware that our logical mind and memory are not stored in the brain. And that is why he stated, my brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. So this is in short about Nikola Tesla. But some people might wonder, what are those Tesla waves? Tesla waves are frequencies of energy that Tesla worked with, but he didn't call them Tesla waves. He called them non-Hertzian waves. And he wrote about those frequencies of energy in his Canadian patents, where he explained that those waves are different from Hertzian, not just in frequency, but also in their structure and form, that they are multidimensional and that they are in a domain of a new physics. He explained that in his experiments, he was decreasing Hertzian and electromagnetic waves to minimum. And then he said, as paradoxical as it could sound, these waves, they get stronger with the distance. So here on the left screen, you see Hertzian waves. They lose strength with the distance. On the right screen, you see Tesla waves. They get stronger with the distance. And Tesla referred them to dynamic electrostatic forces. So the next question could be, how could we access those Tesla waves? And how could we be sure that we can access Tesla waves? I teach Tesla Metamorphosis, that is a healing modality. And we have privilege to have Tesla's name in the name of modality because we can access those Tesla waves. The question is, how could we be sure that we can access them? Because we measure energy with hertzes. And Tesla clearly said that those are non-Hertzian waves. Well, we can't measure them, but we can see them thanks to a special camera invented by Dr. Harry Oldfield from London. This is a polycontrast interference camera photography, and popularly they call it PIP camera. So this camera is more precise than Kirlian camera because different frequencies of energy are presented in different colors and different codes in the computer. So here on the screen, on the left side, we can see Tesla amplifier with extra coil. And you can notice those purple colors around the amplifier. And here is also the photo of the session of Tesla healing metamorphosis. And you can notice that identical colors that appear around Tesla amplifier with extra coil actually appear during the session of Tesla metamorphosis. And that is how we have colorful and white that we can access those Tesla waves. Dr. Professor Luboristovsky, who made those photos, he checked on his institute, he checked on internet, he contacted Dr. Harry Oldfield, and he states that Tesla metamorphosis is the only modality where we can access those Tesla waves. Actually, the difference among modalities is not in how we wave our hands or where we place our hands. The difference is in what frequencies of energy we can access. In other words, what levels of consciousness we can access. So the privilege of Tesla metamorphosis is that we can access Tesla waves. And how those Tesla waves helps us to access the certain levels of cosmic consciousness. I have already mentioned Swami Vivekananda. There was a mutual respect between Swami Vivekananda and Nikola Tesla. And once Tesla stated that his teaching Prana, Akasha, and Kalpas are the only theory that could entertain modern science. What is prana? Prana in Sanskrit language means breath. Prana is a universal energy which flows in currents. It is also called life-giving force. Akasha in Sanskrit means ether. And kalpas, according to Hindu and Buddhist cosmology, presents a period in which the universe experiences a circle of creation and destruction. Because Tesla stated that teaching of Swami Vivekananda could be base for modern science, that motivated me to attend classes of teaching of Swami Vivekananda. And there I learned that yogis have a special meditation that has a purpose of elevating consciousness. And this meditation starts from basic chakra, which is red, up to the 7 main chakras, and finishes with crown chakra, which is purple. According to Vedanta, the system of chakras presents 7 life areas, the 7 stages of awareness, the 7 dimensions of the human consciousness. The system of chakras is a psychology of enlightenment, the science of inner transformation. The cosmic energy, the spark of life, is streaming through chakras. According to Vedanta, in chakra system, there are 3 psychological development stages: the animal, the man, and the divine. The first stage, the animal, is basic, sexual, and navel chakra. And they present the basic biological requirements as survival, reproduction, and power. The 4th chakra, the heart chakra, is the golden bridge between the animal and the divine. On the level of heart chakra, man discovers the human within himself. He transcends beyond his own needs, and he is capable to see and understand the needs of others. Heart chakra is a healer. Above the heart chakra, man discovers the divine within himself. The 5th chakra, the throat chakra, is also called creative center. On this level, man is in a search of humility, greatness, in a search of beauty through music, painting, performing arts, studies. He gets the awareness of his abilities, of values of life. He is in search for new ideas. On this level, man has a desire to be a better human being. Our focus shifts from body, mind, and ego to the observer of body, mind, and ego. The 6th level of consciousness, the 3rd eye chakra, is the threshold of physical experience. All dualities begin to dissolve and disappear. Light and darkness, masculine and feminine, life and death. Now we are able to penetrate beyond the personality to our inner being, to our essence and authentic self, to divine within us. The level of Third eye chakra is a space of silence from which we can peacefully observe chaotic events of the outer life. On this level, we are in the search for truth. And in the end, the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, is the seventh level of awareness. And it opens us to universal consciousness, to unity, to the space where we can receive the ultimate wisdom. This level of consciousness relates to truth, to unconditional love, to enlightenment. We experience of being one with whole, one with God. We experience that we are undividable part of the cosmic consciousness. And this is the level where extraordinary spiritual abilities are activated, like clairvoyancy, remote viewing, astral travel, and so on. So, how is that related to Tesla metamorphosis and Tesla waves? I want to show you something. This, what you are going to see, are images of auras of students after finishing Tesla Healing Metamorphosis seminar. And what you can notice is that all of them have those purple colors in their auras. Dr. Professor Lyuba Ristovsky, who made those photos, he stated that this purple color is not characteristic for human auras. And because of that, he named us Teslians. So if we go back to this, what I told you about Vedanta and understanding of consciousness and system of chakras related to the levels of human consciousness, the crown chakra is purple in color. So it seems that those Tesla waves are a kind of shortcut for us Westerners who are not so disciplined as yogis to reach the level of the crown chakra. And how is this manifested? In Tesla Metamorphosis, there is something that we do and we call Tesla soul communication. What is Tesla soul communication? This is a method of healing. All of us, we have some things that we want to forget, we don't want to think about. And what we do, we push them in our subconscious mind. But the problem is that it works from there. It affects our reactions, and what is even worse, it affects our health. In psychology and psychiatry, we use free associations and hypnotherapy to help clients to bring this stuff from the subconscious to the conscious level, because once it is on the conscious level, they can deal with it and they can overcome the problem. I find Tesla's soul communication even more effective because, first of all, we get to the results in a very easy and fast way, and also both in free associations and hypnotherapy, we can reach to the level of subconscious mind. But in Tesla's soul communication, we can reach to the level of integrative mind, and that is the level of the soul. So, why is that important? It is important because karmic healing can be reached. Tesla's soul communication is communication beyond words. It is communication through meaning, pictures, and emotions. And that is why language is not a barrier. So, client can be speaking some language that a practitioner doesn't know. He could be on the other side of the world, and still this communication can be created. I must admit, when I was getting the messages that I should teach that, I was arrogantly afraid. Okay, I know how to do it, but how could I be sure that other people can do it? So I didn't feel confident to start teaching it. But now I experience, I usually go around the world, which I cannot do at the moment. I'm in prison in Australia because our government forbids residents to get out of the country. So the prison is spacious and comfortable, but it's still a prison. But usually I travel around the world and I teach seminars. And in some places, I have 60, 70 students on this second seminar where I teach Tesla soul communication. And all of them, regardless of their educational background, regardless of their belief systems, of their age, they all are capable of creating this communication on the level of conscious, subconscious, and integrative mind with their clients. And they were not aware of such their abilities before. I don't do any attunements, I don't do any rituals, and yet people discover that they have some completely new abilities to create communication with another person, and they were not clairvoyant, they didn't have such abilities before. And the only explanation that I could find is that those Tesla waves elevate our consciousness to the level of crown chakra, and that enables all students to create this soul communication. So you see, as our consciousness gets to the higher level, then it is more available for us. Tesla's natural state was to transcend space and time. And in his book, he wrote how he was capable of time travel. And he wrote how he could see the past, present, and future all at the same time. On one of my unplanned journeys, I went to Peru. It was like in 3 days, I said, I'm going to Peru, and I went to Peru. And I had this privilege to talk with a shaman from Andy. And this shaman told me, if you listen to the non-verbal, mindful messages of your heart, you can reach the wisdom of gods. This wisdom that I heard from shaman from Andy is nowadays scientifically confirmed through inventions of HeartMath Institute from California. They have discovered that our heart has much greater influence on this, how we perceive the world and how we react to the world. They discovered that around 80% of information goes from heart to brain and other parts of the body, and only around 20% from brain to heart and other parts of the body. And brain not just receives the messages from the heart, but he also obeys it. And they also discovered that heart has 60 times greater electromagnetic field than the brain. And that is why they state that the energetic or spiritual heart can access a field of information that is not limited by the boundaries of time and space. Again, we can notice that Tesla was aware of this power of heart, and that is why he stated, instinct is something which transcends knowledge. No doubt, we have certain fine fibers that enables us to perceive truth when logical deduction or any other willful effort of the brain is futile. Dr. David Hawkins, he was doing research of measuring consciousness levels, and in his book, Measuring Consciousness Levels, he states that an average person has frequency of consciousness below 200 scale. Why? Because an average person is bonded by fear, anger, desire, pride. Those who have courage, according to him, they vibrate from 200 to 400 scale. Those humans who radiate love, they vibrate on 500 scale. And that is why in Tesla Healing Metamorphosis seminar, I do a small exercise with my students of radiating love. Great masters like Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, Muhammad, they vibrated on 700 to 1000 scale. Very interesting discovery of Dr. Hawkins is that dogs and cats vibrate on a higher frequency than an average human person. Dogs vibrate on 500 and cats vibrate on 400 scale. So that is why it is a good therapy for people who have a psychological or mental disorder to have a pet, to have a dog or a cat. According to Dr. Hawkins, a person who vibrates on 500 scale can counterbalance the energy of 750,000 people that are on low consciousness. And those who are on the scale of 700 can contrabalance over 70 million people that are on lower frequency. That is why Dr. Chopra states that it is necessary that only 10% of humans elevate consciousness so that we could move to the next dimension. Every person acts as an antenna. We radiate our emotions, thoughts, and that is how we influence other people. Our thoughts and our emotions can be registered as electromagnetic waves and also as emission of biophotons. Those are light particles. And that is how we shape our reality. Once when they asked a 7-year-old girl, what is love? She said, love is when our lashes are going up and down, and little stars are coming out of our eyes. Small kids, they can see those light particles that we broadcast. We are all connected. And no matter whether we are aware of it or not, we are influenced by the emotions of other people, and we can influence other people with our emotions and our thoughts. I'll quote Tesla again. I cut myself in the finger and it pains me. This finger is a part of me. I see a friend hurt and it hurts me too. My friend and I are one. And now I see us striking down an enemy, a lump of matter which, of all lumps of matter in the universe, I care least for, and it still graves me. Does this not prove that each of us is only part of a whole? So regardless of religion, of race, our energetic hearts are connected. We are all one. Howard Institute and Hartman's Institute, they work with the computers that are connected to satellites and that are placed everywhere around the world. And those computers, in case when something dramatic happens, like September 11 or tsunami in Japan or bombing of Yugoslavia or death of Princess Diana. So when a big group of people share similar emotions, those computers show a dramatic change in energy field and frequency of our mother planet Earth. So our planet Earth reacts on our emotions. And what does it mean? It means that by changing our emotion, we can change the world. That is why nowadays, unfortunately, we are bombarded with information that are creating fear. Fear from COVID, fear from vaccinations, fear from wars, even children's cartoons are not anymore Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. There are some monsters, a lot of aggression, a lot of blood. Also, Hollywood films, at least one person has to be killed. Why they do that? Because it is very easy to manipulate the person who is in fear. And that is why we should not allow that. Fear is our greatest enemy. We need to transform fear in positive emotions, to transform fear in love. Because when we radiate love, there are minimum chances that something or somebody will attack us. Our planet Earth and everything that lives on it, including humans, is in the process of metamorphosis. According to some astrologists, we have the very rare combination of influences from the planets. And it seems that according to Kalpas, the Hindu cosmology, where universes experiences the changes like destruction and creation, it seems that we are at this stage at the moment, together with our planet Earth. We need to awaken our awareness. Consciousness is not limited only to living beings. I told you how the experiments from HeartMath Institute with the computers that are connected to satellites proved that when we share certain emotions, when a big group of people shares a certain emotion, our planet Earth reacts. And Tesla said, everything that exists, organic or inorganic, animated or inert, can be influenced by stimuli from outside. That is why, by changing our consciousness, by elevating our consciousness and changing our vibration to the heart chakra and throat chakra and third eye chakra and crown chakra, we can change the world. Tesla waves elevate human consciousness to enhance access to cosmic consciousness.